Welcome to Mitchell Elf. Our theme this year is adaptations, and this unit is Thorns and Threats, and this is the introduction conclusion training video. So a couple things to run through. The suggested use of a 2-hour class day is, as always, on the top of your outline. Take a look at that and figure out what's going to work best for your class and your volunteers. There are 5 complete centers this time, and the introduction and conclusion, so you'll have to pick one to drop probably. And also we have our loan from the Museum of Nature and Science again, and we're hoping that we can get everything back in one piece this time, and we're hoping that everybody follows the directions on careful handling and observing kids and helping the kids observe the materials from the museum so that things go smoothly with that. And also, as always, if there's any questions that you have, you can always email us. And if there's things that are missing or you're not sure about when you get to the bins, please also email us at mitchellelf@gmail.com. So this unit, Thorns and Threats, kind of summarizes the whole year of adaptations and asking the kids in part to think about things that they've learned over the course of the year, and also then taking it a little bit forward and having them talk about and think about the adaptations that plants and animals have developed in order to defend themselves and protect themselves. So in the introduction, there are the opening questions. You can pick some of those to talk about to get the juices flowing in the kids' brains and get them thinking about what they're about to learn about. And there is also a slideshow that comes with it with a script. There's 15 slides on it. It's a discussion of plant and animal defenses. And as always, there's the fabulous puppet show, which has 6 wonderful characters in it this time. And they introduce the kids to various defenses and adaptations that these different creatures have in order to survive. So the puppet show is, you can download it. I'm hoping to have that all ready very soon. And there are also some great books that you can use. You can hand them to the teacher if you'd like to read to the class outside while you're getting ready. You can use them as part of the conclusion. You could also use these books in Center 5 to inspire kids to read to them and inspire them to create the super defense creature that they're going to make in there. We just need to make sure everything ends up back in its spot. And then for the conclusion, there are a couple of different choices. If you don't use the slideshow or the puppet show in the beginning, you could do that. You could also read one of these books. You could also have students share their 3D defense creations that they make in Center 5. Or you can do the Adapt and Survive Coyote's Choice. And this activity helps students understand that change, both natural and human-made, is a normal part of an animal's existence, and that adapting is necessary for survival. And it's actually a really great way to sum up the overall adaptations theme for this whole year. So to do it, there's a script in here, and you would probably need to read it ahead of time. And you're going to have students will need a piece of paper and a pencil, and then you're going to read the handout, this handout here, Animal Adaptations, Adapt and Survive Discussion. You're going to read that aloud to the class, and now you're going to explain, then you'll explain to the students that they are coyote pups, and you'll be reading different scenarios that have different choices, and as coyote pups they have to make these choices. If they make the right choice, they'll survive, but if they don't, they won't survive. And on that piece of paper, then, they can just write down, so kindergartners and first graders can even do this super easy. They just write down which choice they make, A or B, on their paper. And so that for you as the facilitator looks like this. So you've read this scenario or this discussion information to them, so they have some background information, so they have a way to think about making their choices. So for instance, it says you're a tiny coyote pup and your mother has gone off to hunt for food. While you wait in the burrow, a strange piece of thin wire on the end of a stick is pushing towards you from the door of your den. You see it coming and are afraid, so you A. cower back against the wall of the burrow to escape, or B. attack the wire by biting on it. So the kids would just write down the number 1 and then A or B. And then you read the different scenarios. I believe there are 6 of them. And then you can have the kids, then the last page is it gives you the answers and it tells you why. Like for instance, number 1, if you chose A, you survived. But if you chose B, you were snared and taken away by a hunter. So not a very happy ending there. But at the end, it says, you know, how did you do? Did you think there was danger when there really wasn't? Did you think someplace was safe and it turned out to be a trap? There are other questions you could on your own kind of think ahead and come up with. And some choices, some questions in the outline as well, like did they think there was danger and there wasn't? Did they think there was someplace safe? How many of them survived to adulthood? Those are some of the same questions. Sorry about that. Anyhow, it kind of is a good way to get the kids thinking overall about what they've learned about adaptations and what animals need to do to survive. And so, that's the information for the introduction and conclusion. If you have any questions, again, or concerns, please email us at mitchellelf@gmail.com. And don't forget to bring a snack for the students, especially since it's the last one. And have fun. Thanks, everyone.